Moulik?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's proceed. Your interview is in Hindi or English?
Sir, it's in English.
English. Okay. Please introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. Sir, my name is Moulik Thakkar. I am from Gandhinagar, Gujarat. I have done my completed schooling in Gandhinagar, where I got the opportunity to represent my district and in athletics and in handball. Then I done my graduation in civil engineering, where I got the opportunity to represent my state in an university, in all India universities, as a captain, where we secured 4th position. So after my graduation, I, along with my 2 other friends, started a business of tire retreading, where I worked for 5 years, and after that, I am preparing for this examination. And my hobbies include long distance bike riding and cooking.
How many times you appeared for civil services examination?
No, sir, I have never appeared. This is my
Not
first.
once.
No.
Okay. So since then, what you have been doing after 2015 when you completed your civil engineering?
Sir, I am doing a business for tire retreading, and along with my partners.
Still you are continuing that thing?
Yes, sir, I took a break for this examination, sir.
Okay. Okay, my member will start.
Hello, Moulik.
Hello, sir.
Moulik, you have taken 5 years to complete your graduation.
Yes, sir.
Why was that?
Sir, as I mentioned, I was into sports, and during that particular year, I was got the opportunity to represent my state in the nationals. And as I was a captain, and at that time, I wasn't able to appear for that year examination. And,
Okay, so you didn't get the flexibility from university. So maybe somehow they would have compensated because you being a sportsman of that repute.
Sir, I requested them that I have this opportunity, and it will be beneficial for me. It will provide some slack to it, but they didn't allow me to.
Okay, so on the basis of your sports achievements and abilities, isn't the state government offering you some jobs, or isn't there some benefit or some reservation, sports quota, etc. for you?
Yes, sir. There is a sports reservation of 5% they are providing in the Gujarat state PCS services. There is some kind of.
So why
reservation.
not go and grab that and get some bigger posts like SDM or DSP, etc.
Sir, as I mentioned, I was never good at studies, to be honest. And when I got the opportunity to prepare for examinations, because I wanted to join a central government job, and the motivation came from my home itself. My mother was in the income tax department, so that actually prompted me to prepare for central services, and that's why I started preparing.
So, but Moulik, in EPFO, you will have to read the EPFNMP Act, the 3
Yes.
schemes. They are very verbose, and they are, it will take a lot of time. You will get bored because you don't have interest in studies. How you manage that?
So at that time I was not interested in studies, so right now I am on the right path, as I have cleared this exam, and I find that I am good at studies. Right now I am in that path, sir. So
Okay.
I will manage, sir.
You will manage.
Yes, sir.
Fine. So you play handball as well.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, what are the skills specifically needed for handball?
Yes, sir.
That someone who considers himself good at handball should have those skills.
So the basic skills, I say that the most important is the agility of a person should be good enough, where you have to defend as well as
one
offend.
is agility.
Agility. Otherwise, the shoulder strength and your jump abilities. Yes, these 3 things I think a sports person, particularly in handball, is quite unique.
Okay, so this sports is not very commercialized or very famous in India.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is the case?
So there are various reasons to it. First, I will say that this sport doesn't find its audience because it's not a very slow game, or it's a very fast game. I'll say that, and people don't find interest in such, like broadcasters are not there.
No, see, if the game is fast, it's always better because we see T20s
Yes,
are
sir.
more famous than the longer formats.
Yes, sir.
So then it should make it more commercialized and famous.
Yes, sir. But to make it, sir, commercialized, the broadcaster and the advertisement should come. And in this this is a very, I would like to mention that it's the second fastest team sports in the world. So you don't have the time to show the replays. You don't have time to show the that how a player did and all. It's a continuous game for 30 hours, then a half time, then 30 hours. And another thing is that in India, I'll say that the majority of the people are inclined towards cricket. And cricket, as you rightly
Okay, so
mentioned.
so suppose you are made the head of the body which regulates it. What is that body? First tell me.
Sorry, sir.
That regulates this game in India.
Handball Federation of India. Federation of Handball in India. FS.
Is it affiliated to Sports Authority of India?
Yes, sir. It is affiliated. FS.
Suppose you are made the head of that federation.
Yes.
Now the task is to make this game famous and commercialized.
Yes.
Tell me the first 3-4 steps you will take.
So first I will increase the incentives that are provided to the states and national players. That's the first thing I like to do, and I like to gather some sponsors for this thing. And thirdly, sir, I would like to do such leagues that we are seeing in like IPL or certain kind of, the name could be anything, but I would like to organize such thing depart from like the zones should be divided, north, south, east, west, and then there interzonal competitions.
I was expecting you to tell that you will make this famous at school and college level first.
Yes, sir, that's the first thing that
Okay.
I mentioned.
Okay. You have done civil engineering as well.
Yes, sir.
You remember anything of civil engineering now?
Yes, sir, a bit of it, not most of it, sir.
Okay. So what part of your knowledge shall be helpful in EPFO?
Yes, sir. Sir, in civil engineering, we have learned about the project management techniques such as the critical path method and the waterfall method and agile method. So I think that how to manage a thing that is like useful in any field wherever I go, and particularly in EPFO, it will be very helpful.
Okay. So how did you hear? Where did you hear about EPFO for the first time?
Yes, sir. Sir, when I thought about coming into this preparation field, my friend was in the same field. I had also one senior who advised me that this EPFO notification is around and you should prepare for this because it suits you better and it's a good opportunity for you. So
What in EPFO attracts you exactly?
Sir, EPFO attracts me that it's a very one of the largest social security provider, and other part is, sir, I was
What is the corpus of EPFO?
So right now, according to the 2021 the financial year, it was 8,56,000 crores in pension and 5,36,000 in PF. Maybe I'll be switching. It'll be other way around.
Okay. And what must be the number of active subscribers?
So active subscribers are around 6.4 crore.
And the number of establishment covered in EPFO?
Sir, I have no idea about the exact establishment. I'll have to check upon its exact number, sir.
Are you aware of the interest rate in EPFO?
Yes, sir. It's 8.1%.
Compare it with the other provident fund schemes extant in India currently.
Yes, sir. It is the highest as we compare. We will see that the senior citizen savings scheme, it provides 7.1%, and other fixed deposit schemes are 5.5 or 5.
What about PPF?
So PPF provides 7.3%, I guess.
Okay, so why is PPF interest rate generally on the lesser side?
Sir, this is because due to the fact that in this EPFO government also contributes and the corpus has been invested in such a manner that the interest is given into that. High interest rates can be provided.
Okay. Can you tell more about the investment pattern? Where
Yes,
does government exactly invest and how much?
yes. Sir, in this EPFO corpus, the government is right now investing in 85 to 15%, where 85% goes into the debt securities and 15% towards the equities. And right now they are also considering to it increasing the equity share for 20% or something. So the talks are on the table and they will probably.
My last question to you, Moulik. Suppose you visit an establishment as an enforcement officer.
Yes,
Notice that there are only 18 employees today.
yes,
And there were some 25 employees from 7 days back.
yes.
So, what shall you do? Will you ensure the compliance of the Act to the establishment or not?
Yes, sir, I will ensure the compliance because the Act rightly mentions that there should be more than 20 employees preceding in last 1 year. So if
And what if there are more than 23 years back?
3 years back, sir, then it won't be under it because
Sure about it.
I'll have to check again. But according to the Act, sir, it says that in any time in past 1 year, if they are having 20 or more employees, then they are under the purview of this.
Fine, those are my questions, Moulik.
Thank you.
So Moulik, please tell us more about your business of retrading of tires.
Yes.
Please tell us more about that. In terms of turnover, number of employees, which place.
Sir, it is located in Gandhinagar, Gujarat, and we had, sir, 6 employees before this pandemic, and right now we have reduced it to 3, 2 skilled and 1 unskilled labor. And sir, our turnover was around 1.3 crore rupees for the last financial year, and it was before COVID, sir. But in the COVID year, it was down to like 65 lakh rupees, and we work on the cold process plant. It was earlier the hot process, but when we introduced it was a cold process. So this is the basic details.
So, okay, you mentioned that a significant turnover like 65 lakh even after COVID.
Yes, sir.
So, are you aware about the rules and regulation that a government employee can run businesses or can involve into a business activities?
Yes, sir. I know that if I be selected into this, then I'll have to do away with my partnership in the business.
So, how you gonna do away with your partnership with the business?
Sir, actually,
Legal terms?
I'm not taking part in the business activities since past 1 year, as I'm preparing full time for this job, and it's been understanding with my friends and as they are my partners as well, that if I'll get this, they will be more than happy that okay, you will be selected and they will be letting me off on this. So it's not of an issue for me, sir. And
So, you mentioned about your mother's example, which has motivated you to join this organization as a social service. So, apart from social security, everywhere is aware, everybody want to join for a social security. What are the two major things which attract you towards the EPFO? And I'm talking about pull factors.
Yes.
And what are the two push factors from your business, which is sending you from that particular business to EPFO? Pull and push factors,
Yes.
two to both.
So first pull factor, I will say that is the stability that this government job will provide me, and where I will find enough time for my family as well. As they are getting older, they need some time with me. So that's the first major reason for me switching from business to the government sector. And another part is that business in this particular sector is not very stable, and because of we are dependent on the transporters, and after Corona we have witnessed that this contact based transportation are getting reduced nowadays. So I think that these are the one push and pull factor that I can remember. But the basic reason is of the time that I'll be able to provide to my family. That's a thing that I was looking for in the business, which I didn't find that at that time. So it's the main reason, sir.
All right. So the name of your word is Moulik.
Yes.
In Hindi, आप समझते हैं मौलिक आधार क्या होते हैं?
Yes, sir. It's a fundamental rights.
Okay. So what are the fundamental rights covered under Article 19 and 21?
So Article 19 provides for right to freedom, under which there are 6 other fundamental rights, and Article 21 provides for right to personal liberty, right to life and personal liberties.
Okay. So recently there are so many Supreme Court judgments like right to life and liberty. Which is your favorite judgment or anything which you have come across?
Sir, my favorite judgment would be right to sleep, which is under Article 21.
Okay. So tire industry is one of the most polluting industry. Do you agree or not agree?
I'm sorry, sir. Can you please?
Tire industry, production of tires, are most polluting industries in India.
Yes, sir.
Do you agree or not agree with the statement?
Sir, I'm not aware about the statistics of how much amount of they contribute to the carbon footprint in the India. But sir, I would say that due to some recent amendments, or I would say that the changes in the technology we have seen, that earlier we used to have the coal or combustible use fossil fuel boilers, and now they have already switched to these electric chambers. Second part, when the tire was buffed or when it was being carved out, the fumes and the generation of small particulate matter was there. But now it is also being changed to a new machinery which sucks the materials out of it, and it ensures that no particles are left around in the air. So such kind of technology has contributed to reduction in the pollution levels in the tire industry, and particularly in our industry, when I was I'm in the retailing section, sir, it's also been implemented. So
Okay, so Moulik, how old are you?
sir, I'm 29, just completed last year.
Okay, suppose another person A comes to you with a 29-year-old and he want to set up a business. What all government scheme would you recommend him to start his own business,
Yes.
a small scale business?
Yes, sir. So first thing, I'll ask him to register the business under the Udyog Aadhar memorandum that is been introduced. First thing, there is a registration. Second thing is, I'll ensure him that first you apply for the power, because electricity takes a few times, like 1 month or 2 months to come to the power, depending upon the industry in which he or she might be interested in. third part, I will say that they do the bank account, open the current bank account, and apply for the GST right away, because it also takes a few days to work it out. And if they have some issue with the credit,
Alright, you already mentioned 3 points. My last question would be, how you find the labor laws of Gujarat is different from the neighboring states like Rajasthan or Maharashtra?
so Gujarat labor laws are quite relaxed as
Mhm.
compared to Rajasthan. In Gujarat, we haven't. The Gujarat government hasn't allowed in the tire section. If I point out a difference, that after the tire life is completed, even if the retreading has also been done, then there is a process which is called the oil extraction process out of tires, which is not permitted in Gujarat, but it is permitted in Rajasthan. So all these tires goes to the Rajasthan, and which is a polluting industry. Sir. So sir, there is a huge difference in this.
So they also understand there is a environmental cause for this process. So why Rajasthan is allowing and Gujarat is not allowing? What can be the major cause?
So the major cause, I will say that the difference in the economy of the both the states, and because Gujarat's economy is diversified into various sectors, and the revenue of the Rajasthan and Gujarat has a very different. So first of reason, I will say that the economy. But after all, and this particular industry I am referring to is located in the tribal areas and the underprivileged areas in Rajasthan, which also provides certain kind of employment to them. So at the cost of environment, they are thinking that okay, they are generating a few employment, so it's fine for them.
Okay. So one last question from my side. What all accounting knowledge you have used in your business of retrading of tires?
Yes, sir. Accounting knowledge. We use the Tally version of accounting, where we actually I was not the tax savvy guy in our three partners, and I know about some balance sheets, how to prepare a bill, how to produce an invoice, and how to issue a debit note or a credit note, and how to record if the purchase has been failed or returned. So such kind of books I try to maintain. So I know about some basic knowledge. Otherwise, the taxation.
All right. So this basically recruitment is for account officer as well as enforcement officer. So what do you understand by the role as an account officer in EPFO?
Yes, sir. So accounting officer is basically his job is to do the clearance part, the clearance of the claims that are arising, and it does the claim settlement. And apart from that, it also looks after the overall administration of the department. There's 2 points that I can recall.
So
Okay. Moulik,
Yes, sir.
what is the GST rate of your business? I mean, how much GST you levied?
Yes, sir. 28%.
28%. Recently, Supreme Court has given some judgment regarding the GST. Tell me something about it.
Sir, the recent judgment? Sorry, sir, I have to check about the recent judgment.
Recently, GST, some rate have been also imposed on certain items. Tell me something about that.
Yes, sir. So recently, the GST Council has revised some rates which were earlier not into the GST ambit of 0%. They have been brought into 5% for the packaged food and cereals and all, etc. And some other parts such as the solar water heaters and all were in the 5%, and now they are into 12% category. So such rate revisions has been done.
What is the Gujarat model of development?
So Gujarat model of development is particularly based on the giving a helping hand to the private sector employment as a growth engine, and also they try to make an environment for this private sector where the ease of living of the worker has been maintained and ease of doing. Both of the things should be catered at the same time. And apart from this, sir, the Gujarat has a very huge coastline, which is the most benefited. It's nearer to the global shipping lanes. Historically, it has been a prosperous state, and which led to early development of the infrastructure, which led to growing up of the allied industries and businesses growing around in the particular sector. So I think that this was the
Why GIFT was in news?
Yes, sir. Sir, GIFT was in news in the budget also, and it's an international financial authority has been created in last 20.
What is the full form of GIFT?
So Gujarat. Can I take a few seconds, sir? Gujarat International Financial Services Center.
Technology?
Financial technology. Yes. center.
So why it is important in the context of India?
Yes, sir. So it is important as in it provides a one-stop solution for all the financial services where they can cater to various kind of their needs. And we needed a financial services center in India as one committee also recommended that we needed. And if I may recall, it was the P. Chidambaram committee in 2007 already recommended that India needed a financial center, and it already provides a overall opportunity for service sector to grow. And Gujarat for the particular sector is not doing so much good in services as it does in the manufacturing. It caters around 36% of the GDP to services. So it will also be good for Gujarat as well as for the overall India. And it will also bring all the regulators at one place, so that the different authorities should not be bothered for the regulation, such as RBI, SEBI, IRDI, PFRDA, all be brought under the one roof.
Okay, Gujarat was a pioneer in social forestry for decades.
Yes.
What do you understand by the social forestry concept?
Yes. So social forestry is a concept where the different kinds of trees and species have been grown with the help of the public support and the support of the government. And the particular social forestry project was done in the 60s and 70s, I guess, if I may recall correctly. In Gandhinagar also it was very implemented in a huge manner. So this part, I think.
What are the important species which have been used in social forestry?
Sir, I am not able to recall the names of the species.
At
I
least,
have to check.
at least one species, very famous.
Sorry, sir, I have to check.
What is the full form of Niti Ayog?
Sir, national can I take a second? National Institute for Transforming India.
National Institute
No,
or
it's
something different?
It's different, sir. I have to check again.
Okay. What is the foreign exchange reserve at the moment?
Sir, it's dropping quite a few times in the last few times. It's $580 billion, around $580 billion, sir. Last I checked, it was 580 or 588 billion dollars.
Okay, and what is the dollar rupee exchange rate?
Sir, it's 80.13 3 days back.
Okay. And what is the dollar rupee of Pakistan exchange rate?
Sir, it's 170 or 80. I have to check again.
Okay. My last question is Western Ghat in Gujarat.
Yes, sir.
Why it is important?
So Western Ghat is very important for Gujarat. That is provide very varied climate, and it's a very hot biodiversity hotspot it provides to accommodate various species also inside the that area. And it's very nice that it balances somehow the western side of our Gujarat.
Mention some flora and fauna of Western Ghat of Gujarat.
Fauna, sir, leopard is found in Western Ghats in Gujarat. And
Flora.
Sir, I'll have to look about that.
Okay, Moulik, your formal interview is over now. You will get the feedback from our members.
Thank you, sir.
When is your interview, Moulik?
Sir, 27.
2 more days to go. See, you appear to be well read.
Yes, sir.
You have prepared well enough. A few areas that you work, because you have only 2 days.
Yes, sir.
Not a lot you can tell or you can do now. One is that being asked about why do you want to leave your current business and come to EPFO, you said it will give you family time, stability, etc. See, they have a pool of 1,300 people and they want only 420 out of them.
Yes, sir.
Why won't they choose such people who want to work more than they were working already?
Okay.
Right.
Got it.
Got it now?
Yes, sir.
So this part you don't have to let it come, that gives you stability.
Sir, earlier I said it was EPFO, but when sir asked that, tell me some basic reasons, so I thought.
That is why you'll be quizzed definitely, because you have your own business and it's very promising as well in your own opinions. So you don't mention such stuff.
Okay.
You mention the other aspects that yes, I will get to serve or maybe social the weaker sections, economically disadvantaged. sections of the society, etc. Frame other reasons. Keep this in the last, even if you mention it peripherally. And you mentioned right to sleep. Was that on a lighter note? That you want to create it? You wanted to create some.
Actually, it was lighter note for me because I thought I was very much anxious and I was very fast and I was not. So I deliberately mentioned right to sleep.
No, so initially I would say abstain, but if you see that it's very stressful, you can do all such sort of things. But in the given circumstances, it was not needed. You could have chosen a better one because
So there are various. I was also remembering it, but when I saw that, it's a quite serious moment, and it was all for me actually that I was very anxious. So I thought.
so right to sleep. You could have chosen otherwise. So make yourself more comfortable by sitting 2-3 times for this long. In the last 2 days, what you can do is you can plan 1 or 2 mocks at your home itself with siblings, friends, etc. Sit in that tense atmosphere. Develop that habit so that postural stress or maybe the stress of the atmosphere does not affect you much. Otherwise, your speed at which you were speaking could also be brought a little down because you were speaking way too fast at times. So if that is maintained, that tempo is set, you don't utter negative stuff, I'm sure you are going to be amongst highest mark status because you are quite a material in that sense. Right. All the best from my side.
So Moulik, initial 2-3 minutes you were confident, but as the interview progressed for after 5 minutes, I can see the nervousness.
So that
You started nervous, then you are fumbling. You see, it's not about knowledge. It's all about your presentation. And enrich your personality from your practical experience. You have worked in the field. So try to bring, suppose I was looking for something related to 6 persons which were working, how you have helped, how you are giving social security to them. Similar example. That's what makes you different from the other candidates, right? Okay, after Corona there were 2 only, but how you have taken care of remaining 4. Okay. That shows. That's how you're going to manage the social security. You yourself, from your own home, your own business, it starts the social security. Then you want to deal entire district, entire states, and all over the country. Yes. So enrich yourself with this. Try to figure it out more examples how you have shown the social security to your own members, which they come in contact in your business. And definitely, what makes your difference is your business.
Yes. Should I prepare more about business? It's a thing that I'm preparing that it might be asked.
Preparing
no way mentioned
examples.
in the DAP, but since you are mentioning it in your intro
It was
itself,
not under the essential qualifications, so I did mention.
fine,
But also
you have to
desirable.
prepare.
Yes, that's what you're doing for last 5 years, right?
No, I'm prepared for that.
Yes. So practical examples which everybody wants
Yes,
to
sir,
know, and that's
practical
what makes difference. And
Okay, sir.
don't be nervous again.
Yes, sir.
The nervousness can be seen. That is not gonna add any value.
Yes.
It will bring your scores down.
Yes.
Okay. So in 2 or 3 days, definitely, however you have performed here, there is a scope of improvement to
Yes.
at least 15 to 20 marks.
Yes, sir.
Okay. They can definitely bring you inside the list or get you more marks to get into the tops.
Yes.
Okay. So good luck from our side.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Moulik, you are a very good candidate, and as our panelist has already pointed it out, you follow those rules because there are not much time is left. I mean, 27th.
Yes, sir.
Only 2 days are left.
2 days, yes.
So in these precious 2 days, you can just to articulate and collect as much information about your district, your own state, and EPFO. These are the probable question may be asked from those areas which I have tried to ask. Niti Ayog is important.
Yes, sir,
It's not an institute; it's an institution.
Institution.
National institution for transforming India, and they may be asking how it is different from the earlier version of the planning commission and the Niti Ayog. It's a think tank type situation.
Yes.
And Western Ghat also, I would like to know that you should tell more about it, some flora, fauna, and then how important it is. It's a hot spot, but there are four hot spots in India. Name all these. That biodiversity conservation is why it is important. The climate change. I could not ask so many questions, which may be asked.
Yes.
Gujarat is very important industrially also. So you prepare the industrial policy of India. recently government has, I mean, business, I mean, that thing that we have improved a lot from 144 to now 63 position. How is this paradigm shift? How it has been changed? You can see all these things. So I think okay. These are my observation. I think you will be a good candidate, and I think you will make the mark. I think he is a good candidate. हाँ, right prospect. बस थोड़ा सा आप अपने वो ध्यान रखिए.
Do I have any body language issues or something?
सब ठीक है. तो थोड़ा सा पेस को हल्का कर देना, धीरे थोड़ा सा बताना, जल्दी
Whenever I get anxious,
नर्वस से ज़्यादा नहीं, कुछ जरूरत नहीं है. आप आराम से, आपकी बिजनेस अच्छा चल रहा है, आप अपने ऑलरेडी सेटल हो, फाइनेंशियली स्ट्रांग हो, तो तुम्हें क्या डरने की जरूरत है. ठीक है, जॉब मिल रही है, अच्छी है, अब मिलेगी तो आप अपने कंफर्ट जोन में रहोगे, कोई जैसी प्रॉब्लम नहीं. नर्वसनेस होगी तो फिर तुम्हारा बहुत सारी चीज़ को याद नहीं आएंगी उस समय,
जैसे ये
वो रिकॉल नहीं कर पाओगे तो सॉरी करना पड़ेगा, या तो फिर से एकदम से वो इफेक्ट पड़ना शुरू हो जाता है, खुद के लिए पढ़ना शुरू हो जाता है. बोर्ड को तो फर्क नहीं पड़ता, लेकिन आपको लगेगा कि हम उत्तर नहीं दे पा रहे, तो मेरा इंटरव्यू पता नहीं कैसा हो रहा है, तो सब उसी में थॉट प्रोसेस शुरू हो जाता है. तो बिल्कुल कूल काम कंपोज रहो और अच्छे से अपना वो करो, ठीक रहेगा. ओके,
Thank you.
हो जाएगा, आपको चिंता नहीं.
अच्छा ही होगा.